Hi, welcome to Coach Barnabas. I'm Corey. It is episode 108. Thank you so much for joining me. Some of you may know my story about how I currently live in Rhode Island. I'm originally from California, spent most of my life in California, born and raised Northern California. Yay. But that all changed when I met a beautiful woman who lives in Rhode Island. We met online, as is becoming more and more common now. At the time, 12, 13, 14 years ago, not so common, but it still happened on occasion. It happened to us. We met and clicked. Everything went very well. I came out to visit multiple times, and it just got to the point to where the only way that this was going to work is if I was going to relocate. I just a lot of details that aren't significant for the point of this, but it was going to be up to me to move here rather than vice versa or anything else. Not a meet in the middle kind of thing. It was up to me to make that decision. I knew God had told me that. I was perfectly comfortable with that. I was willing to do whatever it takes to just see if this relationship was the one. And in 2016, a few years later, we got married, and we've been married ever since, and this will be our 10th year. Later on, we'll be celebrating that. So looking forward to that. But the point of it all was that I had to leave everything that was comfortable, familiar behind. I had to be willing to take that risk and drive 3,000 miles with everything I owned packed in my car, everything that I could fit in there, and start a new life here just on the possibility, the hope that one day we'd be married and be able to spend the rest of our lives together. And as it turned out, that's exactly what happened. But the point is that I had to be willing to risk it all. I had to be willing to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes. Now, here's why this matters. In Mark chapter 2, also told in Luke chapter 5, is the account of 5 men who were willing to do whatever it takes in order to achieve their goal. Jesus was preaching in Peter's house in Capernaum. The house was filled with people. There was no room for anybody else to squeeze in and be able to observe and witness and hear Jesus teaching that day. The 5 men, one of whom was paralyzed. The other 4 were his closest friends, and they carried his mat to Peter's house, found that it was full, ended up climbing to the top of the house, and in order to get face to face with Jesus, in order to have their friend who was crippled, who was paralyzed throughout his life, in order to get him face to face with Jesus, to have an encounter with him, they would tear open the roof of Peter's house and lower their friend in through that hole and laid him at the feet of Jesus. Amazing. But this is what true dedication is when you're willing to do whatever it takes. If there's an obstacle between you and Jesus, that you're willing to rip that thing open and do whatever it takes to have that encounter, to get face to face with Jesus. And that's what they did. And Jesus, seeing their faith, not only healed their friend from his paralysis, but also healed him of his sin, forgave his sin. Right there, right then. So this is why it matters. When you're willing to do whatever it takes to get face to face and say, Jesus, this is what I am seeking, whether it's for yourself, whether it's for a friend. Do you have friends who would do whatever it takes so that you could be face to face with Jesus? Are you the type of friend who would do whatever it takes to get somebody in your life into fellowship with Jesus, into a face-to-face encounter with Jesus, to heal them of whatever it is that is affecting their life, whether it's physical or spiritual? Are you willing to pray for them? Are you willing to speak to them? Are you willing to jeopardize in yourself, your reputation? Are you willing to lay that all on the line in order to say, I am going to lift this person up to Jesus, or through the roof? I'm willing to rip open that roof and carry my friend to the feet of Jesus. Are you willing to do that? Are you willing to do whatever it takes? Are you that kind of friend? Are you that kind of coworker? Are you that kind of neighbor? Are you that kind of family member to somebody? Because you know what? That's just what it may take, is for you to be the type of person, for me to be the type of person who is going to spend every day without fail. I don't care if there's no days off. I don't care if you're on vacation. I don't care if you're in the hospital yourself, you're not feeling well. Are you the type of person who's going to pray for them, come what may, no matter what, no matter the cost, that you'll do whatever it takes to see them and to speak their name before Jesus and to bring that person face to face with Jesus so that they can be healed from whether it's, again, something physical, something spiritual, to have their physical body healed or their spiritual life restored and made clean and new, and to have a fresh relationship with Jesus. And I pray that you're that kind of person. I pray that I'm that kind of person. I want to be that kind of friend. And also make sure that I have that kind of friendship with people that will confront me if there's anything out of balance with me, that I have accountability with somebody who'll say, you know what, I'm willing for you to be mad at me because I need to say what you need to hear, maybe not what you want to hear. I'm not here to make you laugh. I'm not here to tell you you look good. I'm here to tell you there's something that's not right, and Jesus wants to deal with it. I just sense it in my heart. Do you have that kind of friendship with people where they can come to you and tell you what you need to hear, even if it's uncomfortable? Believe me, it wasn't. Hey, think about comfort. Think about the people in that house that day. Were they disturbed by somebody, ripping open a hole in the ceiling and the roof, disrupting Jesus? I mean, you have to figure he had to stop mid-sentence to address this, and he did. The other people, were they annoyed by that? Or would you be annoyed if somebody who didn't look right walked into your church and sat next to you? Or are you going to be like, welcome, thank you, this is where you need to be, welcome, my name's Corey, what's your name? You're welcome here. I don't care what you look like, smell like, where you've been. I don't care about your reputation around town. You're where you need to be, and you're welcome here. And if anybody looks at you sideways, I'll stand up for you because you're my friend, and I'll be here for you, and I will defend you, and I will vouch for you, and you're welcome here. Whatever I can do to make you feel comfortable and welcome and feel accepted. That's who I am, and that's what I'm going to do. Are you willing to do that? Or are you going to be the person who's like, look, kind of give them the evil side eye because they're disrupting your comfort zone? Maybe they're sitting in the seat that you normally sit in every week. Are you going to glare at it, be angry? Are you going to be a little bitter about it? Or are you going to hey, introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Corey. Thanks for coming. Let's be those kind of people. Whatever it takes. Do what you need to do to make sure that you are in right fellowship with Jesus, and do whatever it takes to make sure that your friends, your family, your loved ones, your coworkers, your classmates, your neighbors, that they know Jesus. That's my encouragement to you today. Thanks for joining me today. Be encouraged, be an encourager. I look forward to talking again very soon. Take care.